Hello world, back to 80s Music Twin Ranked.
Today we're going to talk about the Culture Club. No, it didn't work.
Here. Okay, we're talking about Culture Club, but let's go ahead and start out with a good joke, not a bad one. Okay, now you've heard this one, so you know this. Now, Jesus loves you is a wonderful thing to hear at church.
But a bad thing here in Mexico.
In a Mexican jail.
Oh, Mexico.
It's gotta be a Mexican jail.
Okay, whatever.
You ruined the joke. However, it is also the
band name that Boy George was in after Culture Club.
After Culture Club, which is...
Jesus Loves You. Right? That's a weird title for a band.
Especially when the lead singer is androgynous.
Yeah, well,
and I think you did that probably to make fun of the faith.
You know, you have those weird things people say, and they're like, "Oh, that'd be a great title for a band." This is not one that you would say. It's a great title for a band.
And you know, in the UK, they knew he was the lead singer, so they had hit singles over there. None in the US. So.
Now, the only way we're going to tie Culture Club to the Bangles is the fact that all that you know of this group is the singer. You couldn't tell me anybody else's name.
I mean, you're probably right.
The drummer, John Moss, because he's supposedly.
But you know what? In most of the videos, they all appeared him.
Yeah. So the album covers, the very first album, Kissing to Be Clever, was him.
Yes.
Second album was him over here, bigger, and then the other
tiny bubbles
in the box. Yeah, but he was bigger than the rest of them. So,
by the way, his name is not Boy George.
It's George
Allen O'Dowd.
Is he related to Chris O'Dowd? Is what I want to know.
Is it spelled the same?
Yes.
Okay. Are they the same age?
No.
Did he have a kid? I mean, he might have.
You know who Chris O'Dowd is?
No. Offhand, I can't think of.
He's in Bridesmaids, but IT.
Okay.
IT crowd.
All right. Now, this is a statistic I was shocked to see. Is that Culture Club was the first band after the Beatles to have three top 10 singles
from the
debut. That's astounding to me. Really? No other person debuted in the top 10 before this?
Well, after they did that. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people did it afterwards.
Because like Whitney Houston, I'm sure she had like 5.
I'm sure, so. Yes. But that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now, they appeared on the A-Team. Did you know that?
Yes, I did see that.
There's an episode called Cowboy George, and Face was supposed to book a band at a Western bar called Cowboy George.
Right.
And instead he called Boy George.
And I vaguely, because we watched the A-Team, and I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. And then normally they would do the A-Team theme at the end of the show. Instead, they played Karma Chameleon.
Okay.
Because there's the line, "I'm a man without conviction," and they're fugitives. So they were convicted. Maybe they escaped. I don't know. All right, so okay. Last week we did ask, have you ever seen The All Nighter with Suzanne Hoffs in it?
No.
Now, have you ever seen The Crying Game?
I did not watch the whole thing, but I've seen some of it.
I think I saw the whole thing. And it's very disturbing. You know what it is?
Yes, I know what it is.
It's Lola put to film. Pretty much. Because Stephen Wright's character thinks Jay Davidson is a girl the whole way through until the famous scene where they actually showed stuff.
Yes.
Yes, so... Don't see.
Well, I mean, he was assassin, I think, and he had Forrest Whitaker's character. Holding hostage, was going to kill him eventually, and then I think Forrest Whitaker escaped, and he was chasing him, and he shot him. But the whole time he was in captivity, he was talking to Stephen Wright's character about his girlfriend.
Right.
So. When he went to see her, him, yeah.
Did you know that song, "The Crying Game"?
Was Boy George? I knew that. Yes.
That's not what I was about to ask.
Okay.
Did you know that was a cover song?
No, I did not know
A
that.
guy named Dave Barry sang that song way back in 1964.
Okay,
I tried to listen to it,
right.
and yeah, it's not a good.
Why it's called the Crying Game, I'm not sure. I didn't read that.
Probably because people get hurt.
Well, now,
Obviously, if you go home with a girl and then you find out it's a dude, you're gonna be crying.
yeah, but I mean,
That's what I always
here's
assume.
the
it was.
just family night in general when you're playing games.
Yes.
A lot of them can be called the Crying Game because if you lose, a lot of people cry about
Or
it.
you see those videos of Uno.
Okay.
You pick four to get this person holding a huge stack and they're crying. The kid's crying because they lost. Of course, any dad who plays with their kid and they know how to play the game and the kid doesn't, the kid's crying. He's going to get demolished, especially on video games. Okay, so their big album, Colored by Numbers.
Which, you know what, I would, it sold 10 million. It has Karma Chameleon. I think the other one's a big.
Kissing to Be
I would,
Clever.
I would get the first album. Yeah,
I was
it's got more than
thinking-
hits.
I was thinking that. No, I think it's only got 3 hits.
Four. It's got 4.
Colored by Numbers has 4. Here's the thing. It's a little tricky when you watch the Wikipedia discography or a single release. They released 2 that weren't hits. 2 that were hits in the U.S.
Then they
they
have
released-
4 that I consider hits. Okay.
Well, they released 2 that were hits. Time and Do You Want to Hurt? You Really Want to Hurt Me. Then they released Church of the Poison Mind, which is on the second one. And then they went back and released another hit from the first one. So
Okay.
it's like they went back and forth between albums, which is confusing. But I think there's 4 hits off of the second one. But I would agree. I think I would get the first one over Colored by Numbers.
Yeah. Now the first one only did 4 million.
Yes.
The third one didn't do as well as either of those. And yeah, they're pretty much the first 2 albums
Yes.
is about it, right?
Yeah. So they had 4 albums.
Well, the third one they probably becoming political because they have the war song or anti-war maybe. So they have the
Yeah.
war song. And
Yeah. So, Boy George was also in the Band-Aid doing Do They Know It's Christmas?
yeah,
He
one
was
of
the second voice
one of
after
the
Paul
singers, right?
Young. And we are not going to break those bands down like we did on We Are the World.
Right, yeah.
Believe it or not, so Boy George also came from, well, he wasn't really in it, but he appeared on some of the songs for Bow Wow Wow. Do you know who that band is?
Yeah.
What song
I
is it?
I couldn't.
I Want Candy.
Yeah.
And that's a remake too.
Yeah.
But I Want Candy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, you only know the chorus is the only thing you know. You couldn't sing anything else.
Yeah, but I could recognize the beat. And that girl was only like 14 years old when they recorded that. And then the drummer, he wasn't their drummer, but he appeared on one of Adam Ant's
Yeah, Adam and
albums.
the Ants.
Adam and the Ants. Which he changed.
It changed. I don't
He
know why.
changed his
I don't
name
know
to
why.
Adam Ant?
Yeah, he changed his name to Adam Ant, and they only have, Goody Two Shoes. All he had.
Right.
Goody Two Shoes kind of sounds like Bow Wow's.
Wow, 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 wow.
Bow Wow. Doesn't it sound like I Want Candy Select?
Kinda, yeah. It's got the same kind of beat. Okay. And a couple more videos from now, we'll be doing the Eurythmics, and we'll be hitting the flip side of Boy George with Annie Lennox. Also considered androgynous because she's a woman who looks like a man.
Not really, but yeah.
Well,
I
you
what
see
you're
the short hair. It's like she was trying.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But not all through.
We got a man who's not very masculine and a woman that's not very feminine.
I always, Karma Chameleon is Culture Club's big hit.
Right.
I always find it funny. Now, he's not like today's drag people or people who dress like women. Back then, he knew he was a man. Culture Club, right? Karma Chameleon. I'm a man without conviction. He knew he was a man.
Yeah.
Today, those people are going to claim to be women.
Right.
So, I'll give him that. I do like his burn on Pete Burns. Pun intended. Remember that? He's the lead singer of Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Did they only have one hit?
Spin Me Around, I think.
Although they've had an extended career, but that was a big hit. Okay, and he's
That guy since died.
right. He's died, but he said, "I know you got this look, but I started it." And Boy George says, "It's not who did it first; it's who did it better."
Yeah.
That's a pretty good bird.
Yeah.
And okay, so what I was about to say is Color by Numbers, which is spelled Britishly,
Yeah, with the U.
came out in 1983. And on that album is the song I'll Tumble For Ya.
Yeah.
He did it before Prince. Purple Rain came out the next year.
Yeah.
I think Prince.
And then you got Bon Jovi, who also did it.
Yeah. And here's another time with Prince and Boy George, right? They were both in David Lee Roth's, what's that? Just a Gigolo video.
Yeah.
That wasn't actually them, but people that look like them.
Right.
I
So
got-
Color by Numbers, was he doing one? Maybe you decided.
Do you,
One is blue.
okay. Yes.
Four.
You know what that
green.
reminds me? I have not done a color by numbers
Okay.
lately. Which would you rather do? Color by numbers, or
Well, it's actually wasn't it called Paint by Numbers, but
Maybe.
either way, same thing.
okay, color by numbers or connect the dots? Where you find one to
yeah.
the two to
To make a
three,
picture.
and then you color it. We also used to play color forms. Remember those?
Yes.
Those are fun. You
Yeah.
stick the magnet.
Yeah, those you can get them on eBay if you're like.
Can you still get them?
I don't have mine anymore. He's looking up. Hey, I can buy one. Yeah. And chips.
How old are you?
We had what? Chips and
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes Hazzard. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. One last thing, because I know I'll miss it when I get to the song. So backing Miss Me Blind has a background vocal singer.
Yes. Of course you missed me, because you're blind.
Miss everything. Anything regarding sight, you missed it. Okay. Anyways, one of the background singers is Jermaine Stewart.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yes. They did.
He had a few hits, but
We
his
don't
biggest,
have to take our clothes off. Right?
Yes. Right. So that's his big hit. He was on a Culture Club video. So I don't know. He must have been a British black guy.
Yes. There's only I only know two Jermaines. The other one is Jackson.
That's right. His brother Tito died
Just
about
died
a month ago.
like a month ago, within the last month.
Right. Okay. So that's all I have on history.
Yeah.
Other than the reason they're called Culture Club, supposedly
All right.
all these
so,
guys from a different.
You've forgotten one more significant movie regarding Culture Club,
Okay.
and that is The Wedding Singer. Because David Arquette's brother, Alexa Arquette,
Okay.
well, brother, but he's kind of like, he looks like Boy George a little bit in that. When Adam Sandler takes a break, he sings in for the time, and the only song he knows is "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?"
Oh.
That's what, I don't know if you remember that in the movie.
Vaguely.
And I think he does it multiple times in a row.
Oh, that's
because he doesn't know any other songs.
That's funny. Check out The Wedding Singer. It's fun.
That guy has since died too.
Oh, the guy who played that guy. Okay. All right. What was I saying?
I have no idea what you were talking about.
Okay, but yeah, the reason they're called Culture Club.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna mention what band they were before that, but they were Culture Club because they had 4 guys supposedly from different cultures.
Okay.
And to me, they're all the same culture because it's all around the surrounding.
Oh, yeah.
Like people from
Now
Ireland.
I went to
and,
each individual
and
band
England.
member
Yep.
to see their little biography, and supposedly the drummer's the one that said, "Why don't they were calling themselves something else?" And they said, "Why don't you call yourselves Culture Club?" He suggested it. So the drummer is John
Moss.
Moss. He's the one that suggested
Okay.
Culture Club.
But if you ask me, they're all British. No culture there. All right. Okay. So let's get off the Bengals.
Oh, and one of the band members, not John Moss, one of the other band members, was involved with the soundtrack to the show, not the movie, the show, The Dead Zone, with Anthony Michael Hall.
I didn't look up any of the other guys
Okay.
because they're insignificant. Okay, we do have ourselves an honorable mention from you, but it was your number 10, so But I did actually listen to it on the way over here, and it sounds pretty good. But it's hard to separate it from the movie, so it's the crying
Right.
game. Yeah, but it is actually pretty cool to listen to with the guitar part. Blur, 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 blur. Now, I don't know if Boy George took anybody from the band with him on his albums.
I don't know.
But yeah, so it's a crying game. Still pretty good song, despite that. But it was not his. He covered it. So I don't know if the original guy's alive or not. So number 10, coming from Waking Up with the House on Fire. How's that? How'd you like to wake up with your house on fire? Hopefully,
The alternative is you didn't wake up and you just burnt
yeah, would
to
you?
death, so-
Yeah, well, hopefully you get out.
Yeah.
That's the key. If you wake up and it's too late, yeah, you're in flames. Okay, so coming up from that album, my 10, your 9, the War Song. And yeah, when you listen to it, you wonder how the crying game's not above that. Do 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 do. Really, it's a bouncy, jingly song, but I do like the lyrics. War is stupid, and people are stupid, and that applies today. Because we're in a couple wars right now, and man, the people running the country are stupid. So there you have my 2 cents. All right, number 9, coming from Luxury to Heartache, and I'm assuming they titled it this because their success was going downhill. They were in luxury, and now they're in heartache. Where's the money going?
All right.
You're 11. You didn't even put this in your top 10. You put the crying game over this. I had it down at 7, and that's Move Away. And it's a bouncier song. Move, move, move away. I'm not going to sing all of it.
I thought it was too generic, maybe. I don't know.
Really?
I thought it was something about it. I didn't.
I would venture to guess you would probably think this is the best song on that album, though.
Maybe.
I haven't listened.
That was one thing the critics said about their second album with Karma Chameleon, is that besides their hits, the pretty much they said all 10 songs were good.
I don't
I
know
did not
that-
listen to them.
I do not know if I've listened to any of their albums all the way through. Just
Right.
hit the greatest hits. But like I said, we did say before, we would get Kissing to Be Clever. Which how
do you do that? Exactly. That's right.
Now, a woman's perspective, I can see. She lures somebody in, kisses them, and then pickpockets them. And it's a clever kiss.
No, the thing I think is not kissing to be clever. Is being clever to get a kiss is when they hear a kiss you on the cheek,
And then you-
and when you turn, you get a smack. Just they usually see a mime or a clown do it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I agree there. Okay, number 8, coming from that album we would buy. Both of us put this at number 8, and it's their first hit. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Answer?
And, yes. Every time I hear it, I ask that question. I'm like,
And then, yeah, how's he not canceled? Because again, we got a video where the jury is in blackface.
yeah.
Similar to
Here's another thing is that I had heard way back when that if you tried to get in a fight with Boy George, he could take care of himself.
Really?
Somebody said that. I'm like,
Maybe.
I don't know if that's true or not.
If possible.
It might-
I suppose if you're gonna dress like that, you better be prepared.
Yeah.
Right? It's like Johnny Cash.
Maybe he was jacked. I don't know.
Maybe, he's put some outfits on where you can see his whole body. He looks like a Stan Laurel.
Alright.
That kind of body shape. Okay, and in that video, he's in jail. What'd he do? Dressed like that. That would be the crime, right?
Probably.
And I think in Britain, it was illegal to be gay. And if you dress like that, people probably would assume you're gay. And you could go to jail for being gay in Britain way back then. Okay, number 7. Coming from Color by Numbers, your 6, my 9. It's a Miracle. I always want to say it's a mistake from
Yeah.
Men at Work.
Now, the only way they could really know if it was a miracle is they're supposed to get the Catholic priest and Vatican involved, and they go and
Well,
then
they verify.
They verify, and then they say, yes, it's clearly a miracle. That's
In the video, they show all their accolades that they received, Grammy Awards and such.
right.
So maybe they're saying it's a miracle.
That's a miracle.
They got all those accolades. So, yeah. Again, similar. It's a little bit peppier than the war song. I like the music better in it. They're playing that giant board game. It's like weird board game. You throw your whatever you're holding, and then you move to that square. It's like, stupid game is that? Okay, number 6, coming from his solo career. Yes, he had another hit besides the Crying Game. Coming also from a movie, Hiding Out with John Cryer. Crying Game.
I see a pattern.
So I had this at 6. You had it at 7. It's Live My Life.
Yeah, I've seen half of that movie.
Have you?
Yes.
Is he too old to be in high school?
Yeah,
I know that's the issue.
He's hiding out.
He looks like he might be. Of course, when you look at high schoolers,
I can't remember if it was something like maybe he's involved in the mafia or something like that, and he did something like stole money or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds like a winner.
But not.
I think I would watch that one before I watch Pretty in Pink, though.
Oh, I thought before you watched The Crying Game.
Well, I've already seen it, so I know I'm not gonna watch that again. By the way, I forgot. I totally didn't mention a song that won't be on our list. It's it's mistake number 3.
Okay.
Is one of their slow ballad songs, which is the reason it didn't make it. But I was curious, what are mistakes 1 and 2? And when I did watch that video, it shows a bride and a groom going up to getting married. Is that the mistake? Mistake number 3, I got married. Side note, off topic. Anyways, back to our list. Number 5, coming from Color by Numbers. I have this at 4, you have it at 5. It's Miss Me Blind, which I think I'm correct. Oh, this one has the actual lyrics, "Kissing to be clever" in it.
This is the point of view, different perspective view of John Waite's "Missing You."
Miss you.
Because I ain't missing you, even though my heart says I. Okay, so that's his perspective. I'm saying I don't miss you. He's like, I know you miss me, and he's talking to the other person.
That's right. You're right. He does say that.
It's the other perspective.
Yes. This one is probably the best guitar solo out of all their songs too. But like I was saying, "Kissing to be Clever" is one of the lyrics in the song. It's obviously the title to their album, but it's this one song's on "Color by Numbers." So they went back to that first album to include.
Yeah.
You know how you do that. Anyways. Okay, number 4, coming from "Kissing to be Clever," back to the first one. My 5, your 4, so the reverse, but this one's ahead because it charted higher. Time, "Clock of the Heart." And "Clock of the Heart," I guess your heart is a clock because it beats. It's like secondhand. Like, yes, it's still going. Boom, boom. But Time, I like the bass line on this. Do 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 do. Again, I'm doing.
Doesn't isn't one of the lyrics "Time won't give me time" or something?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand that. Time won't give you time. That doesn't make any sense at all. But
time makes lovers feel like what they got is real or something. They're weird lyrics. I mean, they're poetic lyrics, but they don't mean anything. Sounds like they do, but they don't.
yeah. Okay, so number 3, back to Color by Numbers. We're going back and forth between the albums. Color by Numbers, my 2, your 3. So actually, my 1 and 2 both come from Color by Numbers. Maybe I would choose that album. Or should I change it? Okay, Church of the Poison Mind. Where's that church at?
They're all over
I'm
the
going
place.
there.
Aren't they all over the place?
Yes. But hey, would you like to come to church? What's church called? Church of the Poison Vine. I'm there. What do they teach? I don't know.
Wow.
It's not true though.
In this age, there's a lot of things that are like, it's a church. They don't say it's a church, but it is. It's poisoning your mind.
It's what kind of church is it? It's a cult. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. But and this one has the lady they added for lyrics, Helen Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what else she's done. You would think she'd be more famous with that voice, but she's white. She sounds black, but she's white. I used to think this was the same lady who was on the Simple Minds song. But
Okay.
it's not. All right, and there's also a harmonica guy in there. And then
Is Karma Chameleon, isn't that harmonica?
yes.
That's a harmonica.
Yeah, so they have a couple songs with harmonicas, a couple songs with saxophone solos. So they had a wide variety. And then I saw one song has a glockenspiel. in it.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's that? Okay, number 2. Back to Kissing to Be Clever. Your number 2. My number 3. That's I'll Tumble For Ya.
When's the last time you done a cartwheel?
Would that be
Or
what?
a somersault?
Is that a
That's
tumble?
what I think of.
I mean, if you watch the video, it makes it look like they're at a clown circus.
Wow. Okay. What else would you consider a tumble? Like when you see videos where like multiple people like trip over one of each other and they all
Yeah.
fall down, is that a tumble?
I would assume if you fell down, you took a tumble.
Yeah.
But apparently this is on purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you get up, if you're with a girl, you go, I fell for you.
Is that what you say?
Or if you're with a buddy, you go, did you have a nice trip? See you next fall.
All right, and like I said, Church of the Boys and Mine came out first, and then they went back to the other album and released a song from that. It's like, hey, this one's pretty popular. Go back and see if we get more sales off that first album. So that leaves us to number 1. The song you haven't heard on our list yet, the song you know would be number 1 from Color by Numbers. Both of us put it at number 1, and that's Karma Chameleon. We know you've heard it because it's in Donald Trump's ads for Kamala Harris. and to be fair, it has been used in politician videos for a long time because they say one thing and then they do another. That's like a chameleon, right? Okay. And
What's a karma chameleon?
Karma Chameleon. Yeah. Well, you're not who you say you are.
No, karma is you're going to get what you deserve.
Yes.
So
you're-
you didn't see it. I
I don't know. I would assume you're gonna get what's coming to you, and
You're not
because
going to see it coming.
you're a
I don't know.
chameleon. I don't see it. You know what the song was originally called though? Cameo Chameleon.
Oh, okay.
Somebody apparently thought that didn't flow right, so they
Yeah,
changed
it didn't.
And yeah, in the video's pretty neat.
They're ferry down the river.
Yeah,
Isn't
the
there a banjo player in the boat? I think there's a banjo
no, I
player.
didn't see a banjo player. Boy George played the harmonica. He's not the one who played the actual harmonica, but in the video he appears like he did. The riverboat was called the Chameleon. And by the way, the guy who played cards and got all the money, he cheated, right? They never actually show him getting caught. One scene, people start realizing stuff was taken.
Okay.
Next scene, they grab him and they're shaking him. It's like they just assumed it's him. Do you have proof? No, but get him. So, all right. Yeah, and it was 1870. So like a
Because
little.
it says at the beginning of the
It
video.
was it happened after the Civil War, which would explain a mix of white and black people, right?
Okay.
Because before then, blacks were not free, so they chose a good year.
I figured it would explain the riverboat.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So that's our list for Culture Club. And do you agree? You should agree.
At least
the
that
radio
one.
agrees that our number 1 song,
Yeah.
because that's the only song you hear from them. Do you ever hear any other songs of
No.
theirs?
Yeah.
one?
I walked into a store and heard I'll Tumble For You.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
I have not. but I wouldn't mind hearing another song of theirs. Yeah.
Do you really want to hurt me? That comes on.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that comes on.
Yeah. Will people admit they like Culture Club? Do you like them? I mean, they do have decent songs.
They're like a.
If you say they stink, you're lying.
They'd be what you consider guilty pleasure, right?
That's right. It's like my story about Elton John when I didn't get that, and I did. 'Cause I enjoyed his music. But,
Yeah.
anyways, next week, also, an artist that some people, at least I know, won't admit they probably like him.
A lot more hits I didn't realize I do.
Yeah, and a lot of them. There's at least
nothing like Culture Club.
no, but there's a lot of cover songs. He's done a lot of cover songs.
Right.
So, yeah, I know you're not gonna guess. We'll tell you he does have long hair, so not like Boy George.
It's Kenny G's bigger brother.
That's right.
That's
That's the description. That's the best description you give. He looks like Kenny G with a deeper voice. Actually, do we even know what Kenny G sounds like?
No, it's from
Everything's an instrumental.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but anyways, his big brother next week. All right, see you then.
But